Hi guys, it's Bella here. Welcome to a new video. Today we are in Sol Valley. I got the new expansion pack Get Famous, so I wanted to build here. And here we are in Mirage Park, one of the new neighborhoods, and we are building this 2-bedroom suburban house. I think it's pretty cute. I really like this area, and yeah, now that I have the pack myself, the world does seem a little small. Especially this area because it's only 3 lots, so like all in all I think the world is a good size, but I'm not a big fan of like commercial builds or commercial lots, so definitely like for my purposes this suburban area would be nicer if it was bigger, but it's not, so I don't know, maybe just one lot more would have been nice, but I still really like this world and I really like the build stuff that we've gotten. I use a lot of it in this build, in many cases also where it doesn't make maybe the most sense to use Get Famous stuff, but I wanted to use the new stuff, so and I do use some other expansion packs also, like quite a lot, and I was really happy to see how well they went together. So I use like Seasons and Cats and Dogs quite a lot, and they all have this very nice rustic style that I think really matches well with the new stuff. And then I also use quite a lot of jungle adventure stuff, so that's also a very interesting pack to go well with these 3, but it's very nice. It's still one of my favorite game packs and it has a lot of nice stuff. So yeah, for this one I just built with whatever I felt like using and combined different packs and stuff like that. Yeah, another like complaint about this world is like all of those great fences there are around the place. Like you can see here, behind the house or next to the house there's this fence that I would really love to use in my builds, but we don't have that. I hope it's possible to like unlock fences or stuff like that from the game, because I know that people have unlocked plants from the world that weren't in build by, so I hope someone comes up with a CC fence like that one and other fences too. There are a lot of locked items in this world as always. Here I am messing with the floor plan. I realized that I really didn't have room for toilet anywhere in the house, so I add this little wing or this part here, and then also I do end up putting in another bedroom. I just felt like it didn't make sense for a house this size to be only 1 bedroom, because it's still like quite a nice big house. It's still a suburban and quite a basic house, but it's not small by any means, so it ends up being 2-bedroom 1-bathroom home, and as you can see there's a lot of outdoor space, so there's definitely room to expand if you would like to. That's very interesting about these lots as well, that the lot sizes in this cheaper neighborhood are still like very big, and I was almost like struggling what to do with the landscaping and all that, but the terrain tools made it easier. I just put some hills on the front and some plants, but yeah. Here I do this driveway from the back alley actually, because you can enter this lot from both sides, and yeah, I felt like those jungle adventure tiles were ones actually that best matched the pavement or the road behind the house, so we are going for those. Yeah, here I am still figuring out the layout, but here will be the 2nd bedroom, and then the other one will be upstairs, and the only bathroom is downstairs, so no ensuites or anything, but it's a quite nice house, and I did play test it, or I played it in it myself, and everything works. I think even the things that I wasn't sure were going to work are working. Yeah, so for this house I do use those like Wild West floorboards. I think they are very nice floorboards, and they are definitely more versatile than the description lets you think, I think. But yeah, and I do go for a lot of those mid-century modern items and furniture. I also use a lot of stuff, or at least some stuff from the bowling night pack. It goes perfectly with the mid-century modern stuff from this pack and things like that. So yeah, definitely I was happy to see how well Get Famous stuff went with other packs, and for my first build with the pack I definitely knew that I wanted to use the mid-century modern stuff. It's definitely much more my style than any of the other stuff from the pack is. Like, I still love that we got those very upscale, very posh things and those weird stuff, and I also like all the electronics we got from the pack, like the mixing table and the video station. I love those and I enjoy the gameplay with those so much. But in terms of aesthetic, the mid-century modern things are definitely my favorite, and I use not every single one but most of those items in this build. And yeah, I was first like going for this old look overall, so when I started I didn't use any like super modern furniture or like new electronics. So when I'm doing the living room I'm just still kind of going for this old house that's not really from the 21st century, maybe it's like from the 90s or something like that. But then when I get to the other bedroom I really wanted to give them this video station, so that kind of breaks the theme a little bit. But you could either just pretend it's not there or you could replace it if you want to, because otherwise I think all of the furniture could be from the 80s or the 90s, including the TV. I gave them, I think, the cheapest TV and sized it up so it looks like this very old cool TV, like this retro thing. And yeah, but it's still like it's not bad old-fashioned, I guess. It's just very cute and retro and very also kind of timeless. Like some parts of the build, like the kitchen, I think is very timeless, and where you can only see the only case where you can really see like some furniture being outdated is in the electronics. So like the TV and the computer are the cheapest ones and the old looking ones, but otherwise it might just be a home for someone that loves this mid-century modern style and has wanted to decorate using that. I especially like this dining room setup here, and I really like those new curtains we got. I've definitely been missing that shape of a curtain that's just on the top of the window. So yeah, pretty much done with the kitchen and the dining area. I think it's very cute. It's not too spacious, but I thought it was enough for a home this size and I really like it. So yeah, then for the living room area I was really trying for a long time to separate it into two smaller areas. I go back and forth there and I try all these different like separations and stuff like that. I do end up putting in some columns and a bit of a wall, but it's not like it's two separate rooms. It's more like there's this column in the middle of the room. Because the living room was quite big, but I think in the end it works out. The little separation makes it kind of a living room and a study separated, but it's still the same room. And here I did decide to go and put in some laundry. I do this little mudroom at the back here, and I do put in laundry. If you don't want that, it's very easy to just delete it. But I like playing with laundry and especially building with it because I just think having a mudroom, if you have like a big yard and a big suburban home, is just so much more realistic than not having laundry in the room, in the house at all. And in the living room here, it's still a work in progress. I do change up most of the things still. For example, I did not know what couches I wanted or what kind of TV I wanted right from the beginning, but I decided to go for almost all Get Famous stuff, almost all of the new mid-century modern furniture, the sofas and the lounge chairs and the tables. but it's a cats and dogs fireplace there. I think it's a very cute centerpiece for the living area. And on the other side there will be a little study space with a computer and the new stereo, or the whatever it's called, the retro music thingy. And yeah, I've been playing a little bit with Get Famous. I just thought I would kind of talk about the whole pack here, but I've definitely not seen everything. I haven't played the actor career at all by myself, so I've only seen other people's videos from it. But I've played with the video station and like other ways to get fame, and it's pretty hard. Like, it's not like you become famous just like that, which I think is good, because if you want to, then you can always cheat it, but you won't become famous like accidentally, as I think was the case kind of in Sims 3, or it was very easy to accidentally become famous. But in this version it really takes a long time. Like, the family I put living here, it consists of a single mother and her teenage son. So I didn't plan it, but I made them after I had built this house, and I played with them in this house. And yeah, the son makes YouTube videos, and like he's already made like, I don't know, 6 or 7 videos, and like he gets crazy amounts of money from them, like over 100 simoleons per video per day or something like that. But he's not a famous guy yet. Like, he hasn't got even to the first level of being famous. How do you speak? Yeah, anyway, so it's not like you just instantly become famous, which I think is realistic, and I like that. I did want to use that bay window C here, but then I thought that it just really didn't fit, because there was already so much seating in this room. So instead I put in this keyboard and some dog stuff. So at this point I decided that this family could also have a pet, but again, like, those are very easy to remove, but I felt like with such a big space, like outside space, and just a couple of people living here, they could just as well have a pet. And I did give them 2 dogs in my game. The only thing that I did not think about while building this is that they would need a bathtub to wash those dogs, but I did expand the toilet or the bathroom in the end, like when I was playing. It's not expanded in the version that is on the gallery, but it's easy to do. I think you might be able to fit it in the bathtub, even like it is now, to the bathroom. But yeah, that's something I realized when I was playing myself. And yeah, like I said, this house is up on the gallery. You can find it under my origin ID veloniada, or I think it's called Sol Valley Suburban. And it says it has CC on it. The gallery, when I was uploading it, the gallery said that it had CC on it, but I don't know what it is. I could not figure out what the CC was. So I'm not sure if there is any, or if that's just another gallery bug. I think it is, because I didn't even have much CC in my game, and at least I didn't intentionally use any. So even if there is something, I think it's something very, very minor. So, but just so you know that you would have to have the CC filter on if you wanted to download this house. But yeah, this downstairs bedroom turns out very yellow. I just thought that the switches in this furniture with the little yellow details were very cute, and then I go all in with this yellow glittery wallpaper from Vintage Glamour, and it's quite much, but I like it. Like, it's quite a small room. I would imagine they wanted to bring in lots of color and stuff like that. Maybe they just really like the color yellow. And I have a cast video of the family that lives here coming up as well. I really like them, and this is the mother's bedroom. Obviously, this build was recorded before that, so I kind of based the characters of this house rather than the other way around, but I think that worked for me, and I really like the characters, and the video will be out probably tomorrow. I used some of the new Get Famous stuff in cast mixed with custom content and some other stuff, but it's not like a cast review, it's more like this house as well, just like my first build or my first cast, and maybe I'm like sharing some thoughts at the same time. Yeah, so overall my thoughts about this pack, I'm still not like, I haven't experienced everything, but I do really like it, and especially the like build stuff is very, there's a lot of stuff and it's very versatile, and also the fame system, at least for now, I think that it works pretty well. I haven't like been annoyed at anything myself, and what I've seen in other people's videos, I think it works well, and the career seems very interesting. So at some point I will definitely be playing that, but like for now I'm just very excited to build in this neighborhood. Especially, I'm pretty sure I will be doing the other two lots soon as well. When it comes to the other neighborhoods, like the commercial area and the pinnacles, I'm not too sure. That's not like either commercial lots or big like mansion lots aren't something I'm very confident in, but definitely I might try, and I might like build this kind of a mansion, but not like too over the top, more like a traditional mansion or something like that. Once I just get used to everything in this pack and have fun with the smaller lots first. So yeah, here I do put in the hampers because I did put in the laundry machine and stuff like that, but yeah, those are easy to remove, and I think I did upload the house to the gallery like quite late after I had already played in it, so I don't know if like the dirty laundry kind of transfers with it. I hope not, but if there is some dirty laundry in those hampers, I'm sorry, but yeah, you know. And upstairs here is the teen boys bedroom, or it was just a bedroom for anyone while I was building, but pretty soon I kind of decided so that it's someone who likes to play instruments and do videos as well, and is overall interested in like popular culture and stuff like that. And in my game it's a teenage boy who makes YouTube videos, and like I really like him. He's kind of not like androgynous, but definitely not too big on like traditional gender roles. So like his videos have mostly been like beauty vlogs or fashion tips. I think that's very cute. His first video, he was like putting makeup on and stuff like that. So it could definitely be a room for anyone. It's not too specific, but definitely someone who likes like movies and stuff like that. But you know, that could be pretty much anyone, and I do use the new bed and I pair it up with some bowling night stuff again. Like even the colors are like exact match. That's very cool. I think that they thought of that, because obviously those two packs are the only two that have like a lot of mid-century modern stuff in them, so I think it's very cool that they even consider the color palettes when they were making this new stuff. I think it was intentional, because otherwise like they are like exactly the same colors, so I don't think that would be an accident. Like you can see the bed and the bedside table, that's the colors, for example, what I'm talking about. But yeah, here you have the video station, and yeah, like I said, it's the only like really modern piece of furniture in this house. Like otherwise it's more timeless, but with the video editing station it definitely like takes place like nowadays and stuff like that. So yeah, but this is quite a simple room, and like I do put in some more clutter. I think I used like busking thingy again, just on the floor to like give the room a little bit more definition. You can definitely not use it, or I think it also blocks the drawers behind it, but it's just for decoration. I think it's a very nice clutter piece with all those like wires and stuff. So yeah, that's it pretty much for the room. It's still very basic colors. It's very cute, but like it's just a regular teenager's room, I feel like. And then yeah, like I said, for the yard, I do use the terrain tools, especially like where there's more space, and I do make those like pathways out of those get together tiles, or those pathway tiles, and it was a little challenging to make all this terrain work because unlike actual floor tiles, those tiles that are actually rugs that I use on the pathways wouldn't move with the terrain, so I kind of had to go in several times to make sure that they weren't like completely covered by the terrain, but it works out in the end. And also these rocks were sometimes a little bit hard to just make sure that they're not floating, but I think I managed to do it quite well. And where I couldn't like hide all things, I just put in some plants over it, and yeah, I really like this. I definitely think that having terrain tools makes landscaping easier and harder. Like it makes it easier in the way that you have so many more options, but the tools itself are sometimes quite hard to use. Like I cut a lot of it out. Like this is maybe only the half of the landscaping that I did in like time-wise. So I did cut the like terrain editing out and some other stuff too, but yeah, and maybe it just takes a while to adjust and to learn how to use them, but definitely I think it gives the lot a nice touch that it's not just completely flat. And I do use this new pond item in the backyard again. It was just like, it's new, so I had to use it. There's no other reason behind it really, so it's just like I really wanted to see how it works in gameplay. And yeah, this family has some koi in it, nothing too crazy. I didn't want to go for sharks, that's just scary. I think koi are very cute, and yeah, I think it's quite like you could have this in a smaller home as well. It's not just a mansion thing. Like as soon as you have like a plot of land that's this big, you might just as well do some like garden stuff and do this like fake pond and stuff like that. And I do close off the plot like almost entirely with this white picket fence. I thought that was a very typical suburban thing to do. There are some gaps that are only filled with like plants and stuff, so yeah, like animals or something could get out, probably, even if you lock the gates, but you know, it's for the looks mostly. And yeah, I did use terrain paint. Again, I didn't realize that it's not actually visible in live mode because of some of the bugs with the latest update, but you know, for the build video purposes, it shows and it looks nice. But yeah, you won't be able to see that, and if you're experiencing this kind of thing, that terrain paint just kind of disappears. It's a known bug, the Singers knew about it, and I believe they're trying to fix it as soon as possible, which I really appreciate. It's sad that the patch did come with so many like new bugs, but it's very cool that they are so early trying to work on it and have acknowledged all the bugs that many people are facing. So they will be putting out like a patch as soon as they can to fix all those. So that's very cool. And yeah. So just doing some final landscaping stuff. I do put these flower boxes outside here, and I put this sized up car on the driveway. At some point I think I cut that out, but it's there. And then I did to put some more dog stuff in. Yeah, so, and in the backyard I do this little like dog house, dog home, what is it called? It's not actually usable. I don't think there's enough space for the dogs, even though there is the dog door, but they haven't gone in, at least in my game. But you know, it's just for decoration. I thought that the place, this was kind of the kind of house that would have a dog house outside. I don't know, I just kind of felt like that. And so that's what we are doing, and then it's pretty much done. I just do some more terrain painting, which I later realized didn't really make a difference, but you know, I did it, and maybe hopefully when the patch or when the bugs get fixed, they are still like exist, the terrain paint and all kind of stuff. So I hope it's not like permanent damage, and even if it is, it's very small. But yeah, anyway, here I just go in, do this final little touches. I'm like being very perfectionist with this build. I like even rotated some plant just like a tiny bit to make it look just right. But yeah, here you go guys, here are the screenshots, and this is up on the gallery. You can find all my links down below, and you can find it there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye!